Hello everyone, this is POW coming at you with another update. In this update, we're talking about a major winter storm with some heavy snow and possibly an ice threat. So before I do get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload daily updates to keep you ahead of the storm. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family on social media. All right, so let's get started. Here, I figured I'd start off with the latest snowfall map over the last just 72 hours, the last 3 days through the 21st this morning. And you can kind of see what's been happening is we've been going through what they call a northwest flow. It's been kind of just bringing sporadic snow showers and then really amplifying the lake effect snow. And some of these snows are pretty impressive along the lake. I mean, I saw one report 31 inches up here. So, and then this is kind of spread inland. And the snow is starting to pick up in the Four Corners regions. And that's just going to kind of amplify as we go through the end of the week and especially into early next week. So let me kind of take you through what's kind of really happening over the next 5 days. Here's the upper level 500 millibar pattern, kind of see what's happening up above. So right now we've got this developing low pressure that's developing off the coast of Baja. That is actually setting the stage for that snow in the Four Corners region, but it's also bringing some much needed rain for the desert Southwest. And you can see the northwest flow. It's bringing below average temperatures towards the northeast and bringing those just kind of sporadic snow showers over just the next several days. As we kind of walk you through Friday, now we're starting, all of our eyes turn to California here, where we have another developing trough that's going to be digging in the west. That is going to be diving south, pulling in, again, additional moisture from the Gulf, and that is going to continue to spread into the south and southeast, and this will just kind of amplify the rain that's going to be kind of inundated over this region this weekend, and could possibly turn into possibly a severe threat by Sunday. And as we kind of take you into Sunday, you can kind of really see this low really starts to amplify off the west coast. It really digs deep, and it kind of just sit and spins for several days. And this is just really pumping in the southeast ridge. This is going to bring some warm, actually Gulf moisture to the region. And that's why I do think we could possibly have a strong to some isolated severe threat kind of breaking out from just say it's the Dallas-Fort Worth to east, all the way in this region into Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama. So we have to be kind of looking out for that as we go into Sunday night, getting into possibly Monday, as this developing trough just kind of digs, and that's going to be setting the stage for our possibly bigger snow event that's going to be flying earlier this week, because this low just really starts to amplify. And by Tuesday, you can really start to see it spread its moisture across the midsection of the country in the Midwest, dumping some heavier snows in that region, possibly getting into the mid-Atlantic, and then possibly getting into an ice storm for this region as well. So we've got a lot to talk about. Let's look at the overall surface map of this morning. Going into this afternoon, you can see this low. I mean, it's pretty much predominant kind of a northwest flow. That's kind of continue with these winds just kind of whipping around. Mainly a lake effect event with these areas. And down to the south, again, we're going to have a warm surge with some kind of tropical type air, actually, as these dew points start to rise, and just kind of amplifying these rain showers and then stronger storms as we go throughout the day. And then as we kind of take you through Saturday, here's our kind of mini event that's going to be taking place in this part of the country on Sunday. We have a developing low pressure from that trough that's going to be digging off the west coast. That's going to bring some snow showers into Nevada, going into Utah, getting into western portions of Colorado, and that'll start to spring through Wyoming, start to get into South Dakota by Saturday morning. And as this kind of pinwheels across, going into Saturday evening, going into the overnight on Saturday night, we'll start to see some snow kind of breaking out in Iowa, getting into central and southern Michigan, Minnesota by then, and going into Wisconsin, as this will kind of set the stage for possibly some snow for the Green Bay game. We'll have some sporadic snow showers around. Here's kind of what it looks like maybe by Sunday morning. That'll swing off through Wisconsin, going into portions of Michigan, as this first initial band will set the stage. And then we'll have to watch for the Deep South again for possibly a heavier rain and a severe threat by Sunday night. But here's that first initial storm that's going to be coming through Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday for this part of the area. Here's Iowa with, possibly 1 to 2 inches, and then getting into possibly a little bit of heavier amounts for Minnesota, 2 to 4 inches, and that'll spring through Wisconsin. Again, 2 to 3 inches is pretty likely, going through portions of Michigan. So that'll be our first initial system that's going to be kind of setting the stage over a 12 to 24 hour time frame. But then we kind of have to look out again by Sunday night. This is really going to amplify with this first system with some possibly stronger storms in this region for the south and the southeast. And then all of our eyes turn to this developing system. This is going to be a very strong dynamic system that will kind of dive down, bringing in some much colder air for the west and bringing that snow line a little bit further to the coast, not just in the interior regions and the higher elevations. A little bit, more likely, possibly some of that snow reaching towards the coast than what you've experienced so far. But this kind of really digs down and really kind of drops down throughout the day on Monday. And yeah, as we get through, going into Monday morning, that's when our kind of main event is really going to start to set up over the midsection of the country. We can start seeing a developing low pressure kind of really swing up and really amplify with some stronger storms down to the south. And we'll have that transition line where we could have a kind of an overrunning event with possibly an ice storm kind of breaking out and portions of, Nebraska, portions of Iowa, getting into Illinois, and parts of Indiana by then. But then, snow on the from the north side, with some heavier snow starting to break out by Monday morning. And this just kind of amplifies as we go through the day on Monday. Well, we could see some heavier snows again for Iowa, getting into parts of possibly Chicago. We'll just have to watch exactly how this line is going to play out. But this will keep extending northward, going into Wisconsin by then, and then kind of pinwheeling south. So we'll start to see some of the snow and kind of maybe ice start to break out for the mid-Atlantic, getting into parts of possibly Maryland, possibly Delaware, getting into going in portions of Pennsylvania by then. And as we kind of extend the view, this will kind of get compressed and just kind of maybe push down, tapping into some of that colder air. It's having the feel of this effects of a negative NAO, kind of a west-based NAO, and then we have a 50-50 low out here. So it's kind of a push and pull mechanism, how this is going to play out, and this will kind of deviate a little bit as we get closer. But this was just in the next 5 days, so this will kind of pinwheel across, going through Michigan, and start dumping some heavier snow, and like I said, a transition to possibly an ice storm along this area where that demarcation line is, and then dumping some heavier snow, started getting into at least some snow into Jersey, up along the coast as this continues through Tuesday. And this is every kind of 6 hours. I kind of stop the time frame every 6 hours to kind of show you how this event could possibly play out. But this is now between now and Tuesday, just over the next 5 days. So yeah, we could be getting some heavier snows by then as this continues pushing off the East Coast. And by Tuesday morning, again, that low will continue moving off the east, and you always have a backside to the system, and on the backside it's colder, and that's typically where we'll see a transition to possibly all snow at that time frame, flying in Pennsylvania, flying in Jersey, getting into Connecticut, Massachusetts, maybe Rhode Island by then, Long Island, as it gets portions of Vermont, as it this keeps extending through Tuesday. And again, by Tuesday night, it'll be kind of an all snow event. And areas that I just mentioned before, maybe possibly getting further inland into New York. But you can kind of see over the next 5 days, I mean, look at the graph down here below. I mean, we got some pretty healthy totals in the Four Corners region, where that developing low pressure is just going to kind of sit and spin over the next 5 days, with amplifying with 2 low pressures. And that's going to bring some very heavy snow into the Four Corners region. And that low will kind of extend northeast throughout the week, throughout this weekend, getting into early next week, and possibly dumping some heavier snows into Iowa, getting into parts of northern Illinois, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, Wisconsin. So this line could, obviously deviate a little bit as we get kind of closer to the event. So don't take this verbatim or set in stone exactly how this is going to be, but this will kind of give you an idea of where this line is kind of set up. And as this continues pushing off to the northeast, we could have a second surge of colder air, and that's going to push the snow line a little bit further south, getting into Pennsylvania, getting into the northern parts of Virginia, parts of maybe Maryland, DC, Delaware, these areas that you really haven't seen much snow. So I do feel you are going to be seeing some snow with this event. Of course, I'll be fine tuning this as this gets closer. But yeah, we could be dealing with an ice threat as well. So that ice threat could be prevalent just right along where that warm surge, and then you kind of have that overrunning event. Again, don't take this exactly how it's going to be, 5 days from now, but this to kind of give you an idea. This could fluctuate a little bit north, a little bit further south, but give you an idea through, these are pretty, could be 1/10 of an inch all the way up to possibly 1/2 inch in some spots of ice. So you definitely kind of have to look out for an ice threat as we go into Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, another big story is just going to be the heavier rain for the desert Southwest. I mean, it's kind of feast and famine. You haven't gotten anything in months, and then now you're going to get kind of, just daily rain showers and kind of inundated. And it won't really take much to cause flooding in this area because the ground is just so dry in this part of the country. So snow, some heavier snows in the northern, higher elevations, but some much needed rain for the desert Southwest. And then that southwest flow is going to be really prevalent for the south and southeast, bringing some good 2 to 4, possibly up to 5 inches of rain, with even possibly a severe weather threat by Sunday. Especially as you get into Sunday night into Monday for parts of the South and the Southeast. So, hey, I appreciate you guys watching. Do like this video. Definitely leave your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch the latest update where I protect you before and after the storm.